Do you appreciate the people in your life? Have you ever overlooked someone's quiet sacrifices only to realize their true worth when life forced you to open your eyes? Sometimes the people who stand in the shadows are the ones who hold everything together. In the ancient kingdom of Eldenwood, King Aaron was celebrated as a hero and protector. His victories in battle and wisdom in leadership were legendary. Yet few knew of the quiet force behind his success, his younger brother Daniel. Daniel was no warrior. His strength lay in his sharp mind and tireless dedication to the kingdom. While Aaron inspired the people with his charisma, Daniel worked quietly in the background, strategizing defenses, securing alliances, and solving problems before they ever reached the king's throne. Yet over time, Daniel's efforts were overlooked. Even Aaron, consumed by his duties, began to take his brother for granted. One day, news arrived of a mighty warlord, Elias, marching toward Eldenwood with an army said to be unstoppable. Aaron, confident in his ability to lead, began preparing for the war. But Daniel, knowing the kingdom couldn't survive such a battle, came up with a risky plan. Disguising himself as a humble merchant, Daniel infiltrated the enemy camp. Over days of tense negotiations and clever persuasion, he managed to broker a fragile truce. Elias agreed to turn his forces back without a fight. Daniel returned to Eldenwood, weary but triumphant, expecting no recognition. When the enemy retreated, the people rejoiced, praising Aaron's great leadership for averting the war. Daniel, as always, stepped back into the shadows, content to let his brother shine. Months later, trouble stirred closer to home. Some of Aaron's trusted advisers had begun plotting against him, and Aaron, unsure of whom to trust, felt vulnerable for the first time. Desperate for clarity, he went to Daniel's quarters, a place he hadn't visited in years. There, Aaron found Daniel surrounded by maps, letters, and records. Among them was a detailed account of the truce Daniel had negotiated with Elias, along with plans and strategies that had safeguarded the kingdom for years. Aaron's heart sank as he realized just how much his brother had done for him, unseen and unacknowledged. Daniel, Aaron said, holding the papers with trembling hands, "Why didn't you tell me? Why keep all of this hidden?" Daniel looked up, surprised by his brother's presence. "Because I didn't do it for recognition. I did it for you, for Eldenwood. But I won't deny it. It hurt to feel invisible." Aaron's voice softened, heavy with guilt. "You were never invisible, Daniel. I was blind. I see you now, and I owe you more than I can ever repay." From that moment, Aaron made it his mission to share the kingdom's victories with Daniel. He publicly acknowledged his brother's contributions, ensuring everyone knew the vital role Daniel had played. Together, their bond grew stronger, and their united leadership ushered in a golden age for Eldenwood. This story reminds us that the quietest among us often have the greatest impact. Don't wait for regret to teach you their worth. Take a moment today to appreciate the people who quietly stand by your side. They are your greatest treasures.